Welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and today we're visiting with Dr. Stephen Semcho with the Golisano Children's at UK, and he's a pediatric psychologist there. A lot of times in the winter, we kind of have the winter blues. We're stuck inside, we're not out as active, not seeing the sunshine as much, and that can really have an effect on ours and our children's mental health.
A lot of people experience kind of those post-holiday come downs, and it's cold, it's snowy, it's not very sunny. It's harder to feel like you're active and getting out and doing things you want to do in your life. So I think it's important to be proactive during the winter time.
And if we're prone to that, maybe go ahead and start and develop a plan. But you have some tips on maybe some things that we can do to maybe combat some of that.
So I think it is important to be proactive because it can be easy to kind of let this get the best of us and feel really sleepy and down and unmotivated. So we have to kind of try and outsmart that. And we can do that by focusing on nutrition and movement or exercise. So for nutrition, we want to make sure we're eating balanced, healthy meals throughout the day. We want to make sure we're getting adequate sleep. And for movement, we want to make sure that we're trying to limit our amount of sedentary activities like screen time. And, thinking about children, it's important to try and schedule movement as a family. So this could be things like doing indoor exercise videos, listening to music, dancing. If you want to bundle up and go for a walk outside after a meal, even better.
And there's even video games that you can do that
Mhm.
are active and just as long as it's some form of movement.
I agree. And I think that I even heard a family tell me about something called Next Playground, which is like a video game with a camera. You can do it as a family, you can move. I think making it fun. And then also maybe putting something after the activity, like something that is enjoyable, almost like a reward to help build in that practice.
Because the thing about it is, research shows that a lot of times children are watching the habits and the behavior of the parents. And if they see the parents kind of making this a normal part of their routine, then they're likely to do it when they become adults.
That's exactly right. Children learn through so many different ways, but one of the main ways they learn is by seeing what their parents are doing and what their parents are saying to them. And so setting an example from a young age can really, really help establish habits that will last a lifetime. It can also improve mental health, reduce depression and anxiety, reduce irritation, frustration, increase self-esteem, increase concentration, quality of life. So there's so many benefits to doing it just in general and as a family to build that connection.
Yeah, it kind of sets the rhythm for the family that these are traditions that we're going to have and we're going to do to lead a healthy lifestyle.
And as always, when we talk about setting traditions or habits, start small, start realistic, do something that you can actually do, build your confidence, and before you know it, it'll just be part of what you do on a daily basis.
We've always been told that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but is that true?
Every meal is important. And I also think that breakfast has a lot of really important parts to it. So it kind of sets the stage for the rest of the day. It can help with energy and mood regulation throughout the day. For children, those who eat breakfast concentrate a lot better in school, pay more attention in school. And it can also, decrease those sort of impulsive snacking urges that sometimes hit later in the day. If you have a good solid meal inside of you to start the day off, you'll be able to sustain energy for a lot longer.
But taking small steps, because we know that people have schedules and work and different things like that. So, start small, make it realistic. And, you might even make a reward for yourself by accomplishing some of these things because it's not only works for kids, it works for adults too.
Reward yourself, be kind to yourself, have some grace, but the biggest thing is consistency.
Are there resources where people can go and find out more information about maybe ways to move indoors?
There are a lot of good resources online for how to do this. I know that there are websites like healthychildren.org that have a lot of examples of how to move with your children in a way that's easy and doable. I would say find things that you enjoy, be creative if you have to, and just pick one thing. Pick a time that works for everybody. Pick a time where we can all be in the same room. We can do something for 10, 20 minutes. It doesn't have to be super long and see how it goes. Be willing to experiment. And if it doesn't work, then try something new. That's okay. It'll have a lot of benefits for everybody.
All right. Well, Dr. Simcoe, we certainly appreciate the information. And if you have questions or need resources, make sure to contact your local extension office and we'd be happy to help. We appreciate you watching the Farm and Home Show and hope you have a great day.